video, we are going to review multiplication as scaling. So in this unit, we learn to interpret multiplication as scaling, which is resizing. And we made generalizations about multiplying a whole number by a fraction greater than 1, less than 1, or equal to 1. And we can see what happens to the numbers. So for example, 2 times 100. Let's say we have 2 times 100. And 2 times 100, we know is equal to 200, right? Notice how 100 went up, right? It doubled in size. So when we multiply 100 by a number greater than 1, well, 100 went up. So any number bigger than 1 times 100 is going to increase 100, right? So let's make an experiment. Let's say what is 1/2 of 100, right? 1/2 of 100, well, that's the same as multiplying, right? 1/2 times 100 is 50. So notice how now 100 went down. Okay, so we can say that a number or fraction, when you multiply by 100, let's say we have 4/2, which is the same as 2, times 100, it's going to be greater than 100. The rule is any number, when you multiply any number by another number bigger than 1, that number is going to increase. And this is the example right here. And when you multiply a number by a number of fraction less than 1, so like for example 1/2 times 100 is less than 100. And we also know that when you multiply a number times 1, let's say you do 1 times 100, well, that's going to be equal to 100, right? Anything times 1 equals itself. So let's say we have something like 2/2. 2/2 times 100. What is that equal to? Well, it's the same thing. It's equal to 100 because 2/2 is 1 whole. So you have 1, 2/2 just became 1 times 100. Well, that's the same as 100. So these are the basic rules. So remember, anytime you multiply a number by another number that is greater than 1, well, that number is going to increase. Anytime you multiply a number by a number less than 1, well, that number is going to decrease. Let's see some examples. So number 1, write less than, equal to, or more than in the blanks to make each statement true. So we have 8/6 times 234. Well, is that going to be less than, equal to, or greater than 234? So we have to analyze this fraction here, 8/6. Why do I know about 8/6? Well, because the numerator is bigger than the denominator, this fraction here is greater than 1. And when I multiply any number by a fraction greater than 1, that number is going to increase. Therefore, 8/6 times 234 is going to be greater than 234 because this number is going to go up, of course. Okay, so, all right. So now let's do 3/4 times 123. So 3/4 times 123. Well, what I'm going to notice is that the 3/4 here. So how is 3/4 going to modify 123? What is 3/4 of 123? Well, it is less than 1. Something less than 1 times 123. Well, it's going to yield less than 123. And you could understand this easily if you think as of the multiplication as of. Because you can say, imagine this is not 123. It's not even a number. Let's say it's a sandwich. Let's say I ate 3/4 of I don't know, a pizza. 3/4 of a pizza. So did I eat the whole pizza? Did I eat more than the pizza? No, because I ate less than the whole of the pizza, because 3/4 is less than 1. Okay, so this is gonna be less than the pizza because I only ate 3/4 of it. Now, if let's say I ate something more than 1, let's say I ate 5/4 of the pizza, then I ate more than the pizza. All right, so we have 22 out of 22 times 9/10 is what when you compare it to 22 out of 22? So this one is meant to trick you. So what do I know about 22 out of 22 is 1 whole, right? But it's asking me about 22 out of 22. So you can turn this around to make it easier on yourself. You can say that this is 9/10, 9/10 of 22 out of 22. So 9/10 times 22 out of 22 is going to be what compared to 22 out of 22? Now it looks like the other ones, right? 3/4 of 123 is less than 123. So now 9/10 of 22 out of 22 is going to be what compared to 22 out of 22? And notice how the 9/10 here, this is less than 1 whole, because I know that 10/10 is 1 whole, so 9/10 is less than 1. So that means that this is less than 22 out of 22. And we can reason about this another way, because we can say, so this is 1 whole, right? So 9/10 of 1. So we can say that 9/10 of 1 whole of, let's say, a whole, let's say of an apple, whatever. 9/10 of 1 apple. 9/10 of an apple is gonna be less. Is gonna be less than the apple. Well, because you didn't eat the whole apple, you ate 9/10 of it. You still have another tenth left. You didn't eat the 10/10. You didn't eat the whole apple. You ate only 9/10. So that makes sense here, right? 9/10 of a number, well, is going to be less than that number because, well, you didn't eat the whole thing. So let's do the next one. So you have 22 out of 22 times 9/10, and we're comparing it to 9/10 now. Okay, so now we have, because the comparison is to 9/10, so now we analyze this one right here, 22 out of 22, and we already know that 22 out of 22 is 1 whole. So 22 out of 22 equals 1. And 1 times 9/10 is going to be equal to 9/10. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, we have this problem here. All right, too much. Okay, so what could be the value of the number labeled P. So here we have the number labeled P. So here is the fraction in question here. So this is going to be multiplied by something to give us P. And as you can see in the different choices that you have, this is a multiple choice question. 21 out of 20 is going to be multiplied by something in order to be in this new position. So in this number line, right, it goes from 0 to increase in order. So it could be 1, 2. It goes infinitely towards greater numbers, right? So P is greater than 21 out of 20. So let's see which one of these can yield something that is greater than 21 out of 20. So let's start with this choice. 2/3 of 21/20. Okay. 2/3 of 21/20. Well, it's 2/3 of it, so it's not the whole thing. So it's gonna be on this side. So that's not this. It's not this one. It's not this one. Because 2/3 of it was gonna be over here. I mean over here. It's less than. So here we have 21/20 times 7/7. You can think of this as what is 21/20 of 7/7 of 21/20. But this 7/7 here is just one whole. And 21/20 times 1, it's itself. So that'll be this same point over here. And we're not looking for that, so it's not this. Okay, let's look at this one now. 13 out of 13 times 21/20. Okay. Again, we have a fraction where the numerator is the same as the denominator, so that's equal to one whole. So this one is also in this same position here. So it's not P. So it's not this one. No, it has to be this one now. So last one that we're analyzing. Here we have 3/2 of 21/20. Okay. Well, I know 1/2 of this is going to be over here. 2/2 will be over here. Then 3/2 of it no. Go back to that. Let's go back. Well, I know that 3/2 is going to be has to be over here because I know that 1/2 is over here. 1/2 of this number is going to be over here. 2/2 of it was one whole of it, so it's going to be right here. So 3/2 has to be this one. So this is 3/2 of 21/20. This point right here. So this is the answer. Okay, let's look at this next problem. We have a very similar problem. What could be the value of the number labeled K? Okay, so now we're comparing 5/4 to K. So 5/4 of something or something of 5/4 is going to be K. Let's find out what that is. Okay. 2/3 of 5/4. Okay, so 5/4, 2/3 of 5/4. Well, this fraction here is less than 1, so it's going to be less than 5/4. Well, is this less than 5/4? Yes. So this choice right here is right now is our leading candidate, and this is the right answer. So, but let's just let's just check the other choices to see why they are wrong. Okay, so here we have 5/4 of 7/7. Well, 7/7 here. This is one whole. This is one whole. 5/4 times 1 is itself. And so that's not point K. This is 0.54. So it's not this one. Again, we have 13 out of 13 times 5/4. This is also one whole. That'll be equivalent to 5/4. So that's also the same point over here. So it's not this one. And here we have 3/2 of 5/4. So 3/2 of 5/4 is going to be to the right of 5/4 because 3/2 here is bigger than 1. It's greater than 1. So anything greater than 1 times a number is going to be greater than that number. So this point will be around over here. And so it's not this. So that's why this is the answer. 2/3 of 5/4 is going to be less than 5/4. This one, 2/3 of times 5/4. All right, let's look at this word problem here. Leah, Paris, and Michael bought a large pizza to share. Paris ate 6/5 as much as Leah. Michael ate 3/4 as much as Leah. Who ate the most pizza? Who ate the least amount of pizza? Explain or show your reasoning. All right. So let's take a look at this. So it says that Paris ate 6/5 as much as Leah. So okay, so Paris she ate 6/5 of what Leah ate. Of what Leah ate. Okay, it says here that Michael ate 3/4 as much as Leah. Okay, so Michael 3/4 of what Leah ate. Notice that we don't know exactly what Leah ate, but we don't need to know who ate the most pizza and who ate the least pizza. We just need to compare these fractions and understand which one of these fractions are greater than 1 and which ones are less than 1. So I know that 6/5 is greater than 1 because 5/5 is one whole and I have 6/5. So we can say that Paris ate more than the whole and Michael ate 3/4 of the whole. And in this case, we can say that the whole of the reference whole is gonna be Leah. Whatever Leah ate, Paris ate more of it. Paris ate 6/5 of that, and Michael ate 3/4 of that, and 6/5 is greater than 3/4. So we can say who ate the most pizza. So we can say that Paris ate the most pizza. So Paris ate the most pizza, and who ate the least pizza? Well, Michael. And Michael ate the least. And Michael ate the least pizza. So how do we explain this? Well, we explain that how 6/5 is greater than one whole. while 3/4 is less than a whole. So that shows that Paris ate more than Michael. And if we were to put this in order, let's say the question asks us to put it in order. Let's say we will make a little diagram here of who ate the most pizza. Then over here, Michael will be here. Let's put an N for Michael. And Leah will be over here. Leah. And Paris will be, let's say, over here. So Michael ate the least. He ate 3/4. And Paris ate 6/5. And Leah, we don't know exactly what she ate, but we can assume, well, she's the whole that we are referencing. So we can just assume that she ate, she represents the whole pie, okay? She represents the whole pie that was available, because it says they bought a pizza to share, right? Paris ate 6/5 as much as Leah. So whatever Leah ate, Paris ate more than that. And Michael ate 3/4 of what Leah ate. So whatever Leah ate, well, Michael ate less than that. So that's why this made sense. Michael ate 3/4 over here. It's less than Leah. And Paris ate more than Leah. So that's why it's over here. All right. I hope you were able to understand. I'll see you in the next one.